today's edition of the Vishwakul. Tariffs, a double-edged sword for the US economy. Today, we are diving into a big new analysis from the Peterson Institute about potential tariffs and what they could mean for the US economy. The Peterson Institute has just released a detailed report looking at what might happen if campaign promises about new tariffs turn into actual policies. We are talking about possible tariffs of 10 to 20% on all imports, plus a huge 60% tariff on goods from China. But don't worry, we'll break down what all this means for your wallet and the economy in plain terms. First, let's talk about who would feel the biggest impact. According to the analysis, electronics and machinery would take the hardest hit. Why? Right now, about 27% of all electronics imported to the US, and 18% of our machinery comes from China. Here's the interesting part, despite past trade tensions, many consumer electronics like phones and laptops were mostly spared from tariffs. The reason? There just weren't enough alternative manufacturers that could match China's ability to produce on such a large scale. Source: Peterson Institute. The numbers are even more eye-opening in other sectors. China currently supplies 75%, yes, 3/4, of America's toys and sports equipment imports, 40% of our footwear, and about 25% of our textiles. According to the Peterson Institute, a 60% tariff on these goods would almost certainly mean higher prices for American consumers. But there's another layer to this that's even more concerning. The report points out that many of these imports aren't just things we buy at the store, they're also critical parts used by American manufacturers. So when we are talking about tariffs on machinery and electronics, we are really talking about making it more expensive for US companies to compete on a global scale. And what about our neighbors? The Peterson Institute also looked at what might happen if the US imposed 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada. This could cause major disruptions because our manufacturing systems are so closely connected. Take the auto industry, for example, parts often cross the border several times during production. Adding tariffs at each step would make the whole process a lot more expensive. Here's what makes these warnings even more compelling: we've seen something like this before. New research by economists Klein and Meisner explores America's original high tariff experiment during the Gilded Age, from 1870 to 1909. Back then, the US kept average tariffs at around 35%, and the results weren't exactly what you might expect. Source: NBER. Their research uncovered something surprising: industries with higher tariffs actually saw lower labor productivity. But here's the real kicker: it wasn't just about being less efficient. The tariffs created a safety net where smaller, less productive companies could survive when they probably shouldn't have. Think of it this way: instead of encouraging companies to innovate and compete, the tariffs acted like a protective bubble. They also looked at specific industries, like textiles. Even with tariffs as high as 70%, American producers couldn't match the quality of European goods. Instead of driving innovation, the tariffs trapped US manufacturers into making lower quality products. It's a clear example of how protection doesn't always lead to competitiveness. The researchers uncovered something else that feels especially relevant today: many of these historical tariffs weren't even about smart industrial policy. They were often the result of which industries had the most political influence. Sound familiar? It's eerily similar to the concerns the Peterson Institute is raising now. Looking at today's situation, the Peterson Institute warns that other countries won't just sit back and accept these tariffs. We could see counter tariffs on US exports, restrictions on American companies operating overseas, and even export controls on essential materials. The Institute highlights several key areas that could be hit hard by retaliation: agricultural exports, technology services, and more. The most striking similarity between then and now is this: during the Gilded Age, the industries that became globally competitive did so because of factors like natural resources, technological breakthroughs, and America's large domestic market, not because of tariff protection. Here's the takeaway: while tariffs might seem like a way to shield American industries, history and current analysis suggest they could backfire. They're likely to raise costs for US manufacturers, increase prices for consumers, and make American businesses less competitive in the global market.